morning.
Hello. So, good afternoon, all right. Obviously nothing else to do in Liverpool, eh?
You're the most important thing to do. There's plenty to do, but you're the most important.
Yeah, it's clear. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Guys, will be in embargo section as part of this for the dailies, so we'll go to a embargo section, which I'll explain. But it's going to be a case of putting your hands over the things if you can when we do that moment. So there you go. Let's explain it beautifully. Vinny, kick us off.
Jürgen, I appreciate it was a little bit different for Virgil van Dijk when he came in a couple of years ago and scored on debut to win a Merseyside Derby, third round of the FA Cup. Well, in that kind of context, I just wonder how ready Minamino is to maybe come in and make an impact for you now.
I think it's pretty much the same situation. I'm not 100% sure. Virg was injured, right before. I'm not sure when he.
Okay, but I'm just thinking about the adjustment.
I know, but he played. He didn't play for a while, I think, for Southampton. So when he came in, I remember the morning session. I decided it in the morning because it was not the actual plan. And then in the morning, I just thought, come on, why not? Let's give it a try. And it was obviously that time a good decision. And now Takumi is here. Had now 3 sessions with the team. That's not so much, huh? But it's football still. So he had kind of a time off when Salzburg went in the winter break. At the time off there, we were not allowed to bring him here and train with us in that time. So he was back in Japan, which was nice as well. So he came here in a good shape, and so let's see.
Given it's a Merseyside derby, given you've also spoken of the need to rest some of your players as well,
Did
how
I?
do you view this tie as a whole?
Did I?
You kind of alluded to it last night after the game. You needed to rotate a little bit. You weren't going to give away your entire team selections.
How can I rotate? A little bit.
A little bit.
No, we'll see it. That's how I said. For us, it's the day after the game, so it means we are still assessing the boys, everything, how they feel, how they reacted on the game last night, which was an intense one. The boys played an incredible game. That was only possible because we invested a lot, we were dominant, ran a lot, all that stuff. So we have to see. I couldn't make a lineup in this moment, even if I want to. And that's the thing. That's what I said last night. So I have to make sensible decisions, obviously, about these things. So can I force anybody in that game and say, whatever happens, I don't care. It's the last game of the season. It is not. But that's always like this. If it would be now a league game against Everton, or if it would be another game, if it's not the last game of the season, you have always the same things to think about. And that's what I have to do still. Couldn't finish that thinking process so far. So that's it. So we will see. What we try to do is that we bring in a team who is capable of doing the physical stuff in that game. I heard a little bit what Carlos said this morning, and they are obviously on fire, no surprise, and we have to make sure that we are ready for that. That's why I said last night that we need the crowd, because that's the only advantage we have really in this cup game. There's no favorite, there's nothing, there's just 2 teams who play each other. In this case, 2 teams from the same city, so it's a derby, it's a big one. But for that, how I said, the only advantage we have is it's in our stadium. So let's use that and give you everything. That's the plan.
I know some of the others will be asking even more on the game. I just wanted to check something on players who have been injured, but we hear there have been inquiries for as well. Ryan Brewster and Nathaniel Klein. Just wonder what you expect to happen with them during this month now that the transfer window is open.
So first of all, if nothing happens, then Ryan will be in the squad tomorrow. So that's the first thing, and then we will see. I really like your desire to ask these questions always, but did I ever give an answer on it? What we will do with the players in the transfer? Do I really? Can't remember. Yeah, can't remember that. Kleine is obviously in a good way. He's still recovering. He's still doing the rehab stuff from a bad injury. But Kleine usually is or was his whole career always a natural fit player, so he will be 100% fine after that. But so nothing else to say about that. But Rian is obviously much further, so he's training for 5 days, 6. Wasn't out for too long, so it was only a little thing, but enough to, he was not available, and now he's back in training, and so he will be involved in the squad. Yeah, a tiny nod.
Just if I may continue on that list, and probably top of the list, maybe with Naby Keita, are you any wiser to him, and is there any other good news with the other lads who are on the injury list?
I'm not wiser with Naby because he will have a scan today. I don't know exactly when, but somebody will tell me then what's the result of this. That didn't happen yet. The others, I spoke pretty much to all of them now in the last minutes, and so they all look good. Spoke to Shaqiri, looks good in a good way. Will not be available for tomorrow, but looks good. Oxlade looks good. Gel looks good. Dejan Lovren, spoke it last night, looking good. Fabinho out on the pitch, doing the running stuff. It's all really all in a good way. How I said, our only problem is the games are coming so quick, so that's why there are no real news. So most of them will not be available for tomorrow night, but then we have, from today on, we have 8 days, I think, to the next game, if I'm right. So we will see what's then possible. After that, we have either another 6 or 7 or only 3, because we have there is the threat of a potential replay, which is incredible, which is absolutely incredible. Whatever the FA has to say about that and all that stuff, that's incredible that you put in. Yesterday, a journalist told me, "Oh, the end of the festive period. What do you make of it? Which festive period is over?" So we play 3 days, we play 4 days later, we play 5 days later again. What is over? So really, so if people, whatever happens tomorrow, and how it is, you can win, draw, unfortunately in this case, and lose. People told me already a couple of times that I wouldn't respect cup competitions or stuff like that. That's really, it's not true just, but everybody's allowed to have his own opinion. But my first job is to respect the players. It's my absolutely number one job. And I see them every day, I see them every second, I see them all the time, and I have to make a decision. Is it allowed to bring them again or not? So that's it. And it looks like the federation around, they try to make it a bit more tricky. Yeah? So, and now we are constantly, we're always talking to the teams who are in international competitions, like we play 3 times a week, stuff like that. Now it hit really hard other teams who are not in this, not that number of games usually over the year, like Newcastle. And looking at a situation like they had in the last game and not start to think would be really crazy. Because it's just, how is that, all the time, the discussion every year that the managers speak, and it's always in the discussion, like we discuss it and the rest think, what they are talking about. So it's just, you lose 4 players in 1 game. That should not happen. It just should not happen. And it happened. Bournemouth injury, it's like unbelievable. I don't know how many. Lost 2 in a game against us, stuff like this. So that's really, sports science and sports medicine is a good place, but they cannot do miracles. That's not possible. So, and we cannot have 30, 40 player squads. That's not possible. And that's why we have to start. So that's, yeah. So the possible replay in the week after Tottenham, I think it is.
You've got another 2 days.
They, by the way, say always it's the television. Yeah, just I don't want to blame it. It's only that's what they, but yeah.
2 more days, obviously, to think about the team that you will put out against Everton, but more often than not, you usually make a decision on your goalkeeper, at least. So have you done that? Might it be the birthday boy who starts again against Everton in Adrian?
Who is that? Oh, yes, I made a decision. In that position, I made a decision already. So you will see. You will see.
Juliet.
Jürgen, on the game, you said about the impact that, well, you about Everton being on fire right now. I mean, he's been there in such a short space of time, Carlo Ancelotti. Does it surprise you the impact that he's had, but the fact that he seems, the confidence that he's given within the squad just seems to be just rubbing off them as well, because he hasn't really made that many changes, has he? Few tweaks.
Oh, yeah. Look, that's management as well. So, doesn't say anything about Marco Silva, for example. It's just that things are like this from time to time. Or anything bad about Marco Silva, it's just things are like this from time to time. But Carlo Ancelotti is one of the smartest people I ever met. And he would not have taken the job if he wouldn't have had a good squad. And we were all always convinced that the Everton squad is good. It's really, really good. They invest in a few years really a lot in the transfer market. They brought in really good players, and it didn't work out for some reasons. But the combination of a good manager and a good squad helps from time to time in football. And Carlo is obviously somebody who can lift a group in a moment when he enters a room. So you have had now the press conference this morning. I'm pretty sure you left the press conference in a better mood than you came in. So.
He did ask if there were any Liverpool fans in the room.
Yeah.
When he walked in.
Yeah, you can imagine. And I hope 20 people showed up. Only one, not bad. What's your club, actually, then? Sorry?
Impartial.
Impartial, I don't know that word. That means,
BBC.
you don't have an opinion. It's that famous BBC, we don't have an opinion. That's good. So, yeah. No, we are not live, right? Oh, we are live. Okay. No, he's just said that's how it is. When I heard it, I thought it's a proper combination. Yeah. So yeah, they will do well, 100%. Especially over the seasons, it's clear. But it's still a big challenge in the Premier League because there are other teams who are doing not too bad as well. So we have to see. Not too concerned about what Everton is doing, but in this moment, of course, because we play them in 2 days, and happy to see him again. To be honest, we really, without meeting constantly, we always had a good time. So, yeah.
Jürgen, in this incredible season that you've had, there's only one team beaten a Jürgen Klopp Liverpool, if you like, and that was Carlo Ancelotti's Napoli. What is so special about him in terms of, we know about what he's won, but you said he changes things immediately. What sort of qualities does he have as a manager?
I'm sure Carlo had for sure plenty of biographies, autobiographies, and stuff like that. So read them, and then you know it. Right? It will take too long to tell now all the qualities of Carlo Ancelotti. We lost that game in Napoli because there was a penalty, which was no penalty, and forgot the other goal. But it was we didn't play that bad. That's how football is. You can lose a game, but it wasn't that they outplayed us constantly or stuff like this. Yes, last year we lost there as well, but there we were not good. So that's always a reason as well. We try to be good too on Sunday, to be honest. So that makes already life slightly more difficult for them. But it's just football understanding, what he knows about the game, how he wants to play, how he sets up a team, mostly in a 4-4-2. Meanwhile. Good organization, using the players in the right positions, giving the group creating a very good atmosphere, and giving the group a good feeling for about themselves, that he believes in them as a world-class manager, what Carlo obviously is. It's easier for the boys to believe in them as well. So that helps, and that's obviously what happened so far. But what I said, write one of the 500 biographies, probably somebody wrote about him.
Another clean sheet last night. How impressed have you been with the role that Joe Gomez has played for you since his return after injury?
Very, but it's not a surprise. It was always clear that Joe started the last season exactly in the same shape he is now. Because of his age and all the stuff, still space for improvement, wonderful, but what a player. It was always clear, and he got injured. So, and then other guys, thank God, stepped up. So people are very often pretty critical and stuff like this. We're talking about the end over anything. Well, we are good and one day not so good. He played exceptional for us. Joel Matip didn't cost a penny when we brought him in. So what can that be? So we have 4 sensational centre halves. Unfortunately, they are not always all fit in the same moment. But when they are, then it's about timing. So and that was the only reason why Joe didn't play. And now he plays. And but then he needed time to get rhythm again, all that stuff, confidence and all these things. And now he's exactly the player I expect him to be. So an absolutely outstanding centre half, and hopefully he can long may it continue like this without any injury, stuff like that. That would help a lot. And then the world is really bright. Its future is bright for him. So because he's that much of a talent and that really nice person, what helps as well. So the whole dressing room adores Joe because he's such a nice fella, and so that's good. So we are really happy for him that he can perform on that level, but it's necessary as well. So we need him in that shape. Otherwise, we would have some problems. Wow.
You said you respect the cup competition. I'm just wondering, the fact that you're playing Everton, does that
No.
additionally influence your team selection?
No. That would not be sensible, and I have to be. So if in the moment when I start getting emotional, and we are not during the game, it's not during the game, then all of us being with Liverpool have a problem. So I'm usually not emotional. I'm completely. I tried to make decisions because of the situation and not because of the opponent. So we respect them, how you can imagine. We respect the competition. We respect what the people want us to achieve. That's a very important part of it. But I cannot do things because of the name of the opponent.
David, anything from you?
Jürgen, obviously fixture congestion over the festive period is something you feel really strongly about. And I just wondered, have you made representations to people above you at Liverpool to maybe lobby the Premier League, the FA, UEFA to sort of solve those problems? Is that anything that could, you could push from that side to sort of push for those changes?
I told what I had to say to UEFA personally. I told the FIFA sometimes in interviews because I don't know anybody there really. Can't remember that any meeting where I could have been part of. I don't think that the Premier League or the FA or the Football League is in any doubt about my opinion. So I just do that because my feeling is it's not because, and I can say it again, it's not because of me. I just do it because I think somebody has to speak for the players. Because that's my only concern. I don't think it's not 1 second about me. So, and it would be easy for all the players, and I would not speak one word about it, but enjoy each game. That's how it is, and I enjoy each game. But it's still, there are still things to improve. So what the people always do, like if you change something in a competition, then you kill tradition or whatever. If the thing that yesterday I spoke to Chris Wilder after the game. Really nice guy, nice person. And we just spoke about it randomly, pretty much. But he said, just the difference between the days when it was like this and always like this, and today the game is a massive difference. The boys last night ran 13 kilometers to win a Premier League game, and I can tell them, come on, try to run only 11, and so you will be fine for the next game. That it doesn't work like this. It's more, it's quicker, it's more physical, it's more demanding in all departments. So, but the schedule is the schedule. So, and that's the truth. The solution is bring all these people together and bring all the things. By the way, and the TV. Because people always say, yeah, but we only get the money we get because of the number of games. I don't see that. I think it's all like always in life. It's about quality, not about quantity. So if you have a good friend and you see him twice a year, brilliant, best time in your life. If you see him every day, you think after 5 days, what the heck it is. So that could happen. So, and that's with football. But we do in the moment, we throw with football at the people, and like we throw them. I don't know that the festive period, the 20, how many games were on Boxing Day? So there were maybe some men, probably, who were watching all of them, if possible, live. I don't think that's good for their relationship, to be honest. That would not be good for mine, and I watch already a lot of football. So just that's it. I really think all these plus TV come together, speak, and find, and try to think one time in all these negotiations. Try to think one time about the players. That's it. Because without them, yes, without the money it doesn't work 100%, but without the players it doesn't work as well. But we have to make sure that the clubs as well, because the clubs have to be there as well, that we send the right people who care. Because the problem, of course, is that the football people, the real football people, like managers or sporting directors, we are not involved in these talks. If there is a meeting, then there sit what is that? He didn't listen. So other people, for us, they're sitting there, then they're not football. They're coming from all over the world, sitting together, owners and stuff like this. In our case, fantastic people. I can say it because I know them, and I don't think all the others are bad or whatever. So there will be fantastic people as well, but they are not in the thing really. That's not that. We need to talk with the football people, and then I think there's a solution possible. And nobody will miss a game then at the end or think, why I cannot watch today a football game. There will be enough football, 100%. We accept that 100%. We love this game. But at the end, we have to make sure that we all can come through, and at the end, the best team wins or whatever, and not the most lucky with injuries and stuff like this. It's all part of the game, and there will be injuries always. That's okay. But it's really that we all start at one point really talking to each other. And that doesn't sound so complicated to me, to be honest. For me, it looks like, okay, we constantly solve problems with bringing the people together from the different departments and talk to each other, and then we try to solve it. That's how life works. So in this moment, if you talk to one of them, they say, but then there are too many games, and there are too many games, and the television is coming. If we cannot broadcast the game at 7:30 in the morning, then nobody will watch it in the Middle East or whatever. All that stuff. So, but they just start talking, and I'm pretty sure there's a solution possible. And if you need me in that discussion, I go there if I find time between the games.
That's the thing, though, is who do you think would be responsible for pulling all these people together?
It would be now really strange if I say it would be me. I don't know. Okay, we talk about English football players as well, so I say the FA.
Anything from you? No? Neil, no? Massive, just before we go to the breakout, anything from you? Good, fantastic. Well, I think we'll